All right, so I want to start with the idea. Why is it that we encourage our college age kids to do a semester abroad, but we as adults don't push for something similar? Obviously, there could be monetary reasons. I fully am aware of that. I'm not, suggesting you, go bankrupt to do this. But if money allows it, I think it's something we all should consider, whether that's in retirement or when you're working from home. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to CabanaJohn 702, not a travel channel, but a channel that is about life's transitions, changes, and reinventions. As we are traveling right now, there are some travel videos and travel related videos, but this one is really more about the transitions and the idea of experiencing another culture living abroad. So what we're going to do today is just talk about some of those reasons why is it we encourage college kids to do it, and we should maybe be thinking to do the same. So let's start with the most basic and fundamental thing, which is learning a language. As an adult, the importance of challenging our brain is important, right? So learning a language would be a big piece of it for a lot of us. That doesn't have to be a component of the, I'm going to call it semester abroad, but it could be. I know for our kids, we always encouraged learning Spanish, because growing up in California to not know Spanish, I think is really a crime. I mean, heck, I'm at 58. I'm now on day 400 and something in a row on Duolingo. Mi español es muy mal, pero yo practico todos los días. Because I'm still trying. I want to be able to do more than just order a beer and ask where the bathroom is. So, and even last summer, we did 2 weeks in Costa Rica, and went to Spanish classes every day. And I encourage that. Other aspects of it, cultural. When you experience another place, you learn things that they do. I am here at the I don't know if they say Pret-a-Manger, Pret-a-Manger. I don't know. It's every street corner around here seems to have one. I've seen them in other cities as well. So rather than go to Starbucks, I go here. I have a tea with milk that is English breakfast tea, I might add. And I feel like a local. So here it's just English breakfast tea. Maybe in Thailand it's that Thai tea or Thai coffee, or I don't know, whatever, Turkish coffee in Turkey. I don't know, wherever you are. In Singapore, we were there a couple years ago. They do this tea where they and they pour it from way up top, and it was like $1 or something. I mean, it was great. And Singapore's more expensive than a lot of the places that I want to go to. But pardon me 1 second there. Please hold. So I think one of the big things to me, there's so many elements of it, but friendships. So I know for us, like I said, we encourage our kids to learn Spanish. So every other summer, Kitty Cat and the kids would go for 3 or 4 weeks and take Spanish classes every day and live with a family. Started in Mexico in 2010. So kids were 6 and 7, I think, that summer. And then Costa Rica. And the people that we stayed with in Costa Rica, hello, Henry, Evelyn, and Michelle, they stayed with them in 2012, and we are still friends with them today. In fact, we stayed with them last summer while we were there, and they're just a lovely family. They visited us at our home in California. I remember we went up to the snow in Lake Tahoe, and their mom was with them, so grandma, who, I don't know how old she was at the time, but 60 or whatever. She had never even been in the snow. I'm not sure if any of them had, honestly. So it was like so cool that we could, share those experiences. So you can make lifelong friends through these things. Emily did a year abroad in Paris last year. I think her French is passable, not as good as her Spanish, but she two of the young ladies she met on the program, I think, will be lifelong friends. For me at this age, I have great friends. I'm pretty content with my English, which I can speak well enough. I have passable English, right? So I'm not really looking maybe so much for those things, but I do like the cultural aspects of learning another or being in another place. So for me, the idea of a semester abroad as an adult, I would really like some more cultural components. So I would love to, and I'm sure they're out there. I just haven't really looked that much, but to find a cultural program. So maybe it's living with a family or living in an Airbnb, but where you have meals with locals, you learn about how they do things, and so many of the things you're going to find are so similar. I mean, when we were at Henry and Evelyn's last summer, it was someone's birthday, and so in Costa Rica they had they barbecued burgers and chicken, and at some point they were having shots of some type of alcohol. I think it might have even been tequila. I don't even remember what it was, but the point is, it doesn't look all that much different than a party in Las Vegas or anywhere else, other than Utah, probably. Maybe not as many shots of tequila there. But just kidding, Utah friends, just joking with you. Or some of you, okay. Yeah. That could be a cultural experience right there, right? Go to Provo for 4 months if you've, never been. I mean, might be, great. Might be something different. But seriously, the idea is just getting out of your comfort zone. So for me, I'll be honest, it's really a fantasy of mine is to live abroad. I would love to live abroad. And for a variety of reasons that won't happen, probably number one on the list is we love where we live in Las Vegas. We have our neighborhood is great. We have great friends. And, there's so many elements I could talk about Las Vegas and our 55 plus neighborhood. You guys would get tired of listening. For those reasons, we will never move, but I watch videos all the time. And the idea of living in Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, a lot of other places for 3, 4, 5 months, I would love to do it. You always got to factor in, before I forget, the visa elements of it. So, besides the cost, obviously, I understand the cost is an issue. Certainly, we got to factor that in. And I actually have some points I'm going to raise on the cost. I actually do look at Airbnb. Certain countries in the world, as an American, you pretty much can move to for, a lot of them you can go for up to a year. So even in Europe, Albania is an inexpensive country. You can go for up to a year. So you literally tomorrow could get on a plane, go to Albania, decent weather, year-round, go down to, literally, if you're in Albania, you could hop over to Venice for the weekend, down to Greece for a couple days, and it's a non-Schengen country, which I think I've explained this before. There's Schengen countries and non-Schengen countries, and they have different rules, but basically Americans are limited to 90 out of 180 days in a Schengen country. So that's going to be like Spain and France and a lot of those places. So you could do 3 months, right? You could go to Spain for 3 months, live in Valencia or somewhere like that. That'd be awesome. And there's very affordable, take Spanish classes. That's on the list. That's a possibility. But Albania is sort of cool because as a non-Schengen country, you can go up for a year, hop over to, Spain for a week, go down over to Morocco. So many places you could go. So Albania, if you want sort of that European experience, I think is very viable. But I really focus on Southeast Asia. I think the idea of living in Thailand or Vietnam or Malaysia, 3, 4, 5 months, I think it would be awesome. And I would love to do that, with others, with friends. I just think experiencing it with others would be great. But again, I would really like to be able to connect with locals, because I think just learning the way people do things, and in so many ways you'll learn there's a heck of a lot of similarities. If you go to the movie theater in so many places around the world, they're going to be having the same movies by and large. Maybe with English, even in English language, with subtitles in the local language in some instances. So the prices in some of these places, again, I wanted to get to this specifically. The cost of living in a lot of these places, it's just amazing how inexpensive it is. So, for example, in places, let's just say Thailand, I'll use Southeast Asia generally. For a one-bedroom apartment, you could get a nice place, $500, $750 a month. And when I say nice place, I mean nice neighborhood, probably a pool on the roof, maybe a doorman, just a great thing. Get it up to $1,000 or $1,250 a month. You're going to be in a very, very nice place. Now, could you spend $5,000 a month? Maybe, I don't know. But I'm not talking about the penthouse suite. I'm just talking about a very, very modern, nice place in a good neighborhood. If you're in a place like Thailand, they have these massive malls to stay out of the weather because I got to get my steps in. So that's important to me. If you're in one of those places, I mean, both Malaysia and Thailand are top-notch medical, on par, if not better than the U.S. They don't have all the political nonsense with pharmaceutical company and insurance company, corruption and conflicts of interest and all that. So you can get top flight medical care for extremely reasonable. I mean, you can get a full physical for a couple $100, maybe another $100, you get a full body scan or whatever. I mean, I'm not joking. Look it up. I'm sure there are elective procedures you can do over there. Again, top flight, not cheap. I was watching one couple. They were in Albania, and they went and got dental work, full modern dentist office. It was $25 each for the cleaning, x-rays, all that stuff. $25 to now, 2026. This is not like an old video or something. Our friends, Amy and Brian, they're in Vietnam, and I think Amy had a massage the other day, and I think it was a 90-minute massage with a mani-pedi, including tip, $11, if I remember correctly. It just changes things you do in life. The street food is supposed to be just incredible in a lot of those places, $2 a meal kind of thing. I have heard it can be too spicy for some people. So my lovely bride, Kitty Cat, who thinks ketchup is a spice, she might not be able to do as much of the street food. But I'm sure if you find your vendor and you're getting, you find a way to communicate that you need your pad thai less spicy or whatever it might be, I'm sure they can do it. So yeah, just for all these reasons, I just want to be a proponent of the adult semester abroad. If you're retired, if you're working from home, if you can pull it off financially, and if it's not abroad, maybe it's somewhere else in the U.S. Maybe you sublet your house and you move to Florida or I don't know, New York. I don't know, just somewhere. Just go somewhere different. Try it. Live it. Try living somewhere different. Go back. You can always go back. I apologize for the noise. I seem to hit rush hour of trucks all of a sudden, which must be telling me it's time for me to get back to my walk. And with that, if you're still with me on this, I hope you will throw a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I just want to remind you to live your next chapter.